Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss the solution of the problem check if frequencies can be equal. So let us look at the problem statement. The problem statement says that given a string S which contains only lower alphabetic characters, check if it is possible to remove at most one character from this string in such a way that the frequency of each distinct character becomes same in the string. Return true if it is possible to do, else return false. So let us say this is the string which is given to us, and if we see in this string y occur twice whereas x and z occurs once. So if I remove one y from here, then the frequency of all the characters will be 1. That is why we are returning true here, or 1 in this particular case. Whereas in this example, if we see x occurs for 4 times, y occurs for 2 times, and z occurs for 2 times. Now x is something which occurs for 4 times. In order for x frequency to be equal to y and z frequency, we had to remove 2 elements. But at most we can remove only one element. That is why we are returning 0 in this particular case. So that's about the problem statement, folks. Now let us see how we will be able to solve this problem. The question might appear very trivial, but it is a very tricky problem. And let us see how we can solve this problem optimally. So let us discuss the optimal solution for this problem. So let us take a string. So this is the string which is given to us. What we are going to do is we are going to compute the frequency of each of the characters. So let us say this is frequency is my dictionary which contains the frequency of each of the elements. So we will iterate on this string, and for each element we will go ahead and update the frequency. So after updating the frequency, the dictionary will look something like this. So x occurs 1 time, y occurs 2 times, and z occurs 1 time. After doing this, what we are going to do is we are going to iterate on frequency. So we are going to iterate on frequency, and the first thing which we are going to check is all the frequencies are same or not. If all the frequency of the characters are same, that simply means we don't have to remove any element, and in that particular case we can go ahead and return true from that particular case itself. So to explain this concept, what do I mean by this? Let us take an example where S, the string which is given to us, is A, B, and C. So this is the string which is given to us. In this particular case, the frequency dictionary which we have will contain element such as A frequency is 1, B frequency is 1, and C frequency is 1. So as you can clearly see, the frequency of each of the characters are already same. So in this particular case, we don't really have to remove an element, because of which we are going to return true. So in order to address this case, this is what we are doing. So in order to address this case, what we are doing is we are going to iterate on the frequency, and we are going to check if the frequency of all the characters are same or not. If the frequency of all the characters are same, then we are going to return true. Otherwise, we need to perform additional check on the frequency. And now let us discuss the additional check which we are going to do on the frequency. So we are going to iterate on frequency, and we are going to decrease the frequency of an element by 1. So we go ahead and decrease the frequency of one character at a time by 1. After decreasing the frequency of that character, now our expectation is by removing at most one character, the frequency should become equal. So again we are going to check if the frequencies are same or not. So here again we will go ahead and check if the frequency of the characters becomes equal or not. If after decrementing the frequency of one character, the frequency of all the character becomes equal, that simply means we have found the character whose frequency needs to be decremented by 1, because of which we are going to return true. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and decrease the frequency of the other character and try out the same thing. Alright, so that's the general idea about it, folks. Now let us go ahead and discuss the pseudocode for this. So let us say that this is the function which I have, which is same frequency. and this function needs to return true if the frequency of all characters can be made equal by removing at most one character from the string. So let us see how we are going to do it. So the first step is to prepare a frequency dictionary. So let us see how we will be able to prepare it. So in order to prepare a frequency dictionary, let us say we have a frequency variable of type dictionary, and now we are going to iterate on the elements. If this character does not exist in the dictionary, which simply means it is the first occurrence of the character, then in that particular case we are going to say that this character has occurred for the first time. So the frequency of this character is 1. Otherwise, we are going to simply go ahead and increase the frequency of this character by 1. So let us go ahead and increase it by 1. So in this way, from step 2 to 6, we will be able to prepare our frequency dictionary. Once we have prepared our frequency dictionary, we are going to check if the frequency of all the characters are already same or not. So let us say we have a function which checks that. So I'm just going to go ahead and invoke that function. So if same frequency, let us say the name of the function is same frequency, and here we will be passing frequency dictionary. If the frequency of all the characters are already same, then in that particular case we will go ahead and simply return true. If that is not the case, then it might be possible that by removing one character, the frequency becomes same. So let us see how we are going to do that. So now we are going to iterate on the frequency dictionary. So let us iterate on the frequency dictionary. While iterating on the frequency dictionary, let us have one variable which is deleted, and I'll explain in a bit why I'm using this variable. And the initial value for this variable is false. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and decrease the frequency of the current character by 1. So let us go ahead and decrease the frequency of current character by 1. Now let us say that by decreasing the frequency of the current character, the frequency of that character becomes 0, in which case the character does not exist anymore, because of which what we are going to do is we are going to remove that character from the dictionary. So let us go ahead and delete that character from the frequency dictionary. So we have deleted it, and since we have deleted an element, that is why I am using this deleted variable, and I am going to set it as true, saying that I have deleted this element. So once I have decreased the frequency of a particular character by 1, now I am hoping that the frequencies become equal, because of which I will go ahead and invoke my function if same frequency. If the frequency is same, then let us go ahead and return true. Let us say by decreasing the frequency of the current character, all the frequency does not become same. That simply means that this is not that character which needs to be decreased by 1, because of which what we are going to do is whatever we have do the operation, we are going to undo that operation. So the operation which we have done is we have decreased it by 1, or we have deleted that particular key. So let us say if we have deleted that particular key, so that is why I have used the variable deleted. So if I have deleted that particular key, then the deleted variable will be set to true, in which case I know that the frequency of key was deleted, so because of which I'm going to go ahead and set it to 1. If not, I will go ahead and simply set it to else. I'm going to go ahead and simply increase the frequency by 1. So here let me just write it down, frequency by 1. So this is under, please note, this is under else. So by iterating from step 9 to all the way till 20, let us say we were not able to find such a character, then in that particular case we are going to return false. And that's the complete algorithm, folks. So that's the pseudocode for this. Now let us see how we have coded this. So now let's go to our coding section. So the code is pretty much the same as what we have seen in our pseudocode. This is that function which checks whether the frequency of all the uh, characters are same or not. So here what I'm doing is I'm iterating on the values of the frequency which I have, and I have something known as initial value. Initial value, by default I'm setting it to none, and for the first element I'm going ahead and setting the initial value to the current value. After that, from the second value onward, I'm checking whether the value is equals to the initial value. If it is not equals to the initial value, then the all characters frequencies are not same, and I'm returning false from there itself. Otherwise, if all characters frequencies are same, then I'm returning true. Now let us look at our main algorithm. So this is our main algorithm where we have a frequency dictionary with us, and by this logic we have updated our frequency dictionary. Once I have updated my frequency dictionary, I will go ahead and check whether the frequency of all the characters are same or not. If the frequency of all the characters are same, then I'm returning true. Otherwise, I'm iterating on all the characters which are there in the frequency, and at a time I am decreasing the frequency of the current character by 1. After decreasing the frequency of current character by 1, I'm hoping that the frequency will become equal. If they are equal, I'm returning true. Otherwise, I'm undoing what I have done so far. I will go ahead and try the same thing with the next character. If after iterating on this loop there isn't exist any character which satisfy our condition, then in that particular case I'll go ahead and return false. So that's the code, folks. Now let us go ahead and submit our solution. So our solution got accepted. So that is all from this video, folks. In case if you have any question or comment regarding this video, please feel free to use the comment section and I'll try to address them. Thank you.